Hello everybody, Mediocre Beast here, and today I am here to review another McFarlane DC Multiverse 2-pack. This one is a McFarlane Gold Label collection. It's Superman versus Doomsday. As you can see here, it looks great at first glance. On the side, you see the name prominently written, Superman versus Doomsday. This is from the famous Death of Superman storyline, and here on the back you can see this wonderful graphic of Doomsday basically annihilating Superman, and here that iconic image of Superman's cape flying. It's torn, it's battered. The graphic looks really great. As you can see here, this print here, it's kind of like a laminate on top of the graphic, so it shines when the light falls on it. So the box looks really good. I think mint in box collectors, you folks are gonna love this. But I am no mint in box collector. I want to open this up. So stick with me till the end, and I am going to show you everything there is to see inside the box. Here is Superman and Doomsday out of the box, and even though at first glance they are looking really good, there are some obvious issues that I will go into more detail as we go forward. But before that, let me quickly show you what they come with. Superman is the only one that gets accessories in this case. Superman comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. These are his flying motion hands, so that's all we get apart from the default hands he comes with. Apart from that, we basically get two display bases for both the figures, and both their cards, one for Doomsday, one for Superman. Honestly, the cards look great with the comic image, much better than if they only put the image of the action figure on the card. This is much better. If you wanted to read the bio, go ahead and pause. But another big blunder that they made is that they had a really nice backdrop on the box. You might have noticed on the unboxing part of this video. That backdrop was basically ruined because these were attached, glued to the backdrop with plastic blisters. So I basically had to tear part of the backdrop so that I could get to these cards and these display bases. So that, I think, was a very poor design choice. They could have given us a very good backdrop that we could have used, but they chose to not put these on a suitable place. Rather, they preferred ruining the backdrop. So I am bummed out about that. Let us start with Superman first. The Superman right here, I think it looks really good. The Superman's face came out looking really neat. He has some splatter of blood on his forehead, some blood near his chin, and the paint application is done very nicely, I think. And the hair is looking wonderful. It has a hint of gray within the hair, just to give it some texture, just to give it some more detail. So I think the hair, the face, the overall paint application looks really nice. On the body, you can see the Superman symbol, the S symbol here. It's kind of like an extra part. It's sticking out. It's not painted on, so that's I like having these rather than having them painted on. He's supposed to have some damage here. These are supposed to be like torn areas of his suit, but this one, I think it's missing the lines. It's not painted on properly, so that is one issue, I think. And it could have been a little red, I think, because if it's torn, if it's due to some scratch from Doomsday, if this was some kind of battle damage, there should have been some blood, some wound, right? You see some more battle damage here on the hands. This hand right here, it's kind of like his like when he's receiving the death blow, maybe this hand is showing all the pain that he's going through. So this is that kind of hand that he comes with. The other hand is a regular hand. Weirdly enough, he doesn't come with any fists. He doesn't come with anything to punch Doomsday with. He comes with the other flying motion hand, and that's all nice. But they should have added a pair of fisted hands. I think that would have been very much appropriate, but they chose not to. That's weird. But other than that, the body, it looks good, and you see some more damage here on the arm. You see some damage here on the thigh, and his boot here, you can see it has some red, like special kind of dry brushing done here just on the part of the bottom part of the boots. I think this is to simulate blood, but I also think this is a very odd design choice, because does that mean he was standing on a pool of blood? If so, why doesn't he have any blood on any other places? So this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, having this much blood on his boots. I don't know why they did that. The final thing that I wanted to show you is the cape. The cape looks really good, I think. This is a plastic cape and it's torn in various places. It is looking really nice. Another weird thing about the cape, if you see the card here, you can clearly see that the cape has the Superman symbol, but this cape here, it doesn't. So I don't know what they were thinking. So I think this figure, it could have been really good, but they have made some really weird decision about the paint application. So that's a bummer. Now let's see what articulation this figure has. So the head, you can rotate the head. You can move it up. Not really. You cannot really move it up, but you can move it down a fair bit. The up motion isn't that much. He doesn't have any other neck articulation. He has shoulder articulation, so you can move the arm like this. You can rotate the arms. You can open it up this much. That is good range. He has bicep articulation, so you can rotate near the bicep. Mine, the one that I have in my hands, the joint is a little tight. Yeah, so it is a little tight joint here, and some kind of liquid is coming out of this joint. But anyways, let's move on. He has a double jointed elbow, it seems. Yes, he does. It bends quite a bit. And he has also articulation near his wrist. You can rotate and you can move it from side to side. Superman also has articulation on his chest. You can crunch down this much. You can move backwards this much. He also has the articulation near the waist area. You can rotate the waist. That is great. The leg, you can go to the side this much. You can move to the front this much. You can also move to the back a little bit, not much. The ankle articulation, the knee articulation is also a double joint. That is good to have. There's no articulation here on the cut of the boot, but you also get ankle rotation, and you can move the feet up and down, and you have toe articulation. Now let's take a look at Doomsday. So the Doomsday figure here, it is a bulky figure and it is heavy, but it has a very prominent loose joint here near the legs. So this area right here near the thighs, it is very loose. It is getting hard to make it stand properly because of this issue. So that is something that I did not anticipate. So that's a problem. But if I wanted to show you the details, then I must say the details are done really, really good. If you see, the eyes are painted really nicely with the red and with the white pupil inside the eye. Both the eyes, they came out looking really nice. The face sculpt is great. I think it looks vicious. It looks, basically this one here, it looks like a monster, like the way it should be. It's Doomsday, it's looking dangerous. I love how the jaw has an articulation here. You can open the jaw, see? It is awesome. And you have some paint details inside the mouth as well. You can see the tongue, the insides of the mouth is painted, and that is great, great paint application, I think. The other parts of the body, the overall sculpt looks really nice, I think. These part over here, these are soft rubber. These are soft rubber that are probably glued on the hard plastic body, I think. But they look great. This part here, I think this is a problem, because there was that Batman action figure, I think it's called Annihilator or something, that looks like Doomsday. I think this part is reused from that action figure. I don't have that in my collection, but I recall having seen these on that figure. So they have reused that part. They should have gone through the trouble of removing these parts, I think, because this looks, I mean, it doesn't look like these spikes on his body. It just looks odd. So that is minus for this figure. They should have fixed it. This part right here is also soft rubber. This part is also soft rubber. All the spikes are soft rubber, so you don't need to worry about getting hurt while handling this. The nails are looking nice. It could have used some paint details near the nails. The nails should have been painted the same white as these spikes, I think. That would have made it even better. You see the pant that Doomsday is wearing, it's painted on, it's looking nice. The legs also have the same kind of spikes here, soft rubber. The details, the texture on the legs. So overall, the texture, the sculpt is great. On the back, you can also see the sculpt is done really nicely. Everything is nice, but the problem is this part here on the arms and the loose joints. I think these are the big problems for this figure. Now, let's look at the articulation of this figure. As I first showed you, this figure has a jaw articulation. You can open this up and close his mouth down, so that is really nice to have. You can rotate the head as long as you take care of the hair. You can rotate the head, but then again, no, you cannot actually, because of the spikes near his beard, like bearded spikes or spiked beard, whatever. Because of that, you cannot properly rotate the head. But that's beyond the point, I guess. You are never going to have his head backwards, I suppose. The hairpiece here, it's not movable. So that would have been a nice design touch, no? If it had an articulation here, you could have moved the hairpiece. That would have been really nice. They could have put a ball joint here, and it could have been, it could have had very good articulation. Anyways, so this is the head part. You have the arms. The arms can rotate a full 360 degrees. You can open the arms. This one is a little tight, but you can spread the arms this much. You can rotate near the elbow, and you can also bend the elbow. This joint right here is pretty tight, so you can also bend the elbow, so it's a single joint on the elbow. And you also have articulation near the hands, so you can rotate the hands. And can you move it from up and down? Yep, you can also move the hands up and down, but the joints are very tight on this one. You have articulation near the chest, so you can do a crunch. You can go backwards this much. You also have articulation near the waist, so you can move like this. On the legs, you can go to the side this much, so the leg articulation is pretty flexible. You can go front this much. You can go to the back this much. I suppose that is the compromise that we are making, because we are getting very good range here near the legs. We have loose joints, so that is a problem, and I don't know how to fix that. If you know of a way, please do let me know in the comment section. Is there any other articulation here near the thighs? No, you have a single jointed knee. You can also rotate the knee, so that's a nice touch. I think I really liked the way this was designed. Not only you get the articulation of bending the knee, but you can also rotate it, so that is great. Can the boots move? The boots cannot move, but you do get articulation on the feet. You can rotate it, you can go up, and you can go down. There's no toe articulation. So even though it's a Megafig, the articulation is not too bad. Let's do a quick measurement of these figures. So the Doomsday figure here, it stands exactly 9 3/4 inches tall because of the top of the head, because of the ponytail. and Superman here stands 7.25 inches tall. Now time for some quick comparisons. Here is the Superman and Doomsday next to some other Superman from McFarlane DC Multiverse. This is from the Dark Knight Returns. This one, I forgot which line it was from. But overall, I think the Doomsday could go really well with any of these Supermen, I think. And this Superman is a little short compared to these two. And here's some other Megafigs to compare Doomsday with. This one is Killer Croc from the Arkham Asylum games. This one is Bane from Batman vs. Bane Nightfall 2-pack. And I think all these Megafigs, they look really, really good. And for the final piece of comparison, I have brought Batman here from the Batman vs. Bane 2-pack. And I think all these four figures, they look great together. In my head at least, these two packs are kind of equivalent in the sense that on this one, Batman was broken in half by Bane, a powerful nemesis, and on the other one, Superman was killed while he was trying to stop this powerful foe in Doomsday. And so both these two packs are very similar in the sense that both the heroes, they suffered tragic defeat. So in that sense, I think these two packs are really well made by McFarlane and they look really good together. So we are almost at the end of the video. Thank you if you have watched this far. So this McFarlane DC Multiverse Superman vs. Doomsday 2-pack, gold label collection. I have shown you the unboxing, I have shown you the paint application, the sculpt, the articulation, the accessories, everything there was to show. And now it's time to give a verdict. My honest opinion, I think this was a missed opportunity or a capitalization on our emotions, I guess, because the Death of the Superman storyline, it's a famous one, and McFarlane, they know that we are gonna get this figure, so maybe that's why they pulled some corners on this one. They could have made it a really, really good 2-pack. Superman just comes with a pair of interchangeable hands that are like flying motion hands. He doesn't come with any fists, so that is a very, very big negative. Doomsday figure is kind of wobbly and it has some reused parts from another previous figure, so they should have fixed those issues. And Doomsday also doesn't come with any other spare hands or anything else that of significance. They don't come with even a proper backdrop. So overall, this set, it could have been so much better than how it is right now. So I feel that it is a missed opportunity, either that or they did not want to do a proper justice to these characters. But still, I think it is a very good collection. It is a very good 2-pack to have in your collection because it's iconic. The Doomsday figure, the Superman figure, despite all the flaws, they still look really, really good, and they're going to look really good in your collection. So I want to recommend this, but with a pinch of salt. So this figure, I'm going to give this 3.5 stars out of 5. The negatives, because of the negatives, I'm reducing the score here. Otherwise, it would have gotten a solid 4 or 4.5. So let me know in the comment section what you think, whether you agree or whether you disagree with me. And if you liked this video, don't forget to hit a thumbs up on this video, and please subscribe to my channel and share the video. That will be very, very helpful. So thank you for watching this far. I'll upload some new videos soon. Until then, take care. I will see you next time.